Hey everybody, Parking in Paradise is hanging out in Warsaw, Missouri this week. We're visiting some family and enjoying the beautiful weather here in Missouri. The birds are singing today and it is absolutely a wonderful day. It's about 70 degrees out here. We did have a little bit of rain yesterday, so it cooled things off. Before that it was 90 degrees out here for a couple of days. But we are at a Army Corps of Engineers campground on Harry S. Truman Lake. The campground is called Thibaut, I believe is the right way to pronounce it. Thibaut Point, Thibaut. I'll put a link to their website down in the description. You can book this campground on recreation.gov. And the individual campsites are with electricity are $25 a night, regular price. If you have a senior pass or an interagency pass, you get that of course for half price, so it's $12.50 a night. And there is a boat launch here. There are two loops for individual campgrounds, Loop A and Loop B. There's tent camping. And some of the tent camping sites do not have electricity. They're a little bit cheaper. I don't know exactly what the price is on those. But we are standing right here at the group campsite because we wanted to share this with you. This is a really nice group campsite. It has 19 individual parking spaces. It's in its own loop, so it's separated from the other campsites around. And it has this really cool picnic shelter behind me that you can use while you're here. It is, you rent this entire thing for $100 a night. And the passes do not apply to this because it is a group site and passes are only for individual campsites. So, but still a really good deal for 19 campsites, $100 a night. Maximum of 150 people here and a maximum of 40 vehicles. There is extra vehicle parking, so you don't necessarily have to park your car at your campsite. There is one row of the campsites that back up to the road that comes in. There's not a lot of traffic on it, but there is some, so you'll want to think about that. And the other side of the campground has it backs up to the woods, so it's pretty quiet on this side. Lots and lots of trees here, ample amount of shade, and a mix of shade and sun. Each side has its own individual fire pit, lantern holder, and electrical hookup, along with a picnic table. There is trash pickup here too. There's trash cans in a few places around the campground, and there's dumpsters at where you come in. One thing that has kind of changed about some of these Army Corps of Engineers sites that we're noticing is that they don't have a camp host at the gatehouse. What they have is a camp host that will come around to your site after check-in time and give you the hang tag. I mean, we're always used to getting the hang tag at the gatehouse when we come in and having them direct us to our campsite. So we did kind of have to come in and find our own way around. Wasn't too difficult here, but that is something that you'll need to be prepared for. Know your campsite. Take a look at the map before you come in so you're familiar with it. They have showers and flush toilets here in one of the buildings, and then they have vault toilets throughout the campsite. They also have a laundry, 2 washers and 2 dryers in there. That's pretty unusual for these campgrounds, so this is kind of a luxury one. And so there are quite a few bugs here though, I will tell you that. Watch out for the ticks and the mosquitoes. I'm sure will get even worse as the summer goes along. We are here on May 12th through the 16th is when we've stayed here, and so you know, it's a great time of the year to come here. One thing we did notice, it was really busy on the weekend, but during the week, like it's a Monday today, it's really quiet here. So this place during the week is really phenomenal. So you might want to try to try to balance your travel so that you're here during the week when it's really quiet. But even on the weekend, people were really respectful of quiet hours. We didn't have any difficulty with any noise or anything like that. It is set back off of the highway, so you don't get any road noise. There's no trains going by. There are a few airplanes every once in a while, but that's not that big of a deal. Lots of places to ride your bicycles out here. All the roads are paved. It's really an easy access campground, and we've really enjoyed our stay here and will definitely be back. So take good care. Hope you're having fun whatever you're doing. We're making our way back east, so tune in, subscribe to our channel, and see where else we go. We are down at the swimming area, and the swimming area right now is unfortunately closed due to a lot of rain that they've gotten, and it's pretty flooded out. But it is a beautiful swimming area, and I'm sure later in the summer it will be open. There's a couple of sheltered picnic tables down here. I understand this is a sandy beach area when it's not flooded out. And interestingly enough, there is actually a sidewalk that goes all the way down to the beach area, so it is wheelchair accessible for that. And so you can take your wheelchair all the way down to the swimming area, which is really great. You don't see that very often. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. Tons of birds, and we've seen all kinds: purple martins, Baltimore orioles, summer tanagers, just great variety of birds out here. And this is a fairly large lake. There's lots of fishing, and as you can see, there are several boats out here today. On the weekend it was a lot more crowded. We saw a ton of boats come down here on Saturday morning coming in to fish. So I understand it's a pretty good fishing lake, and like I said, there are vault toilets throughout the park, and water is available throughout the park. Water is not available at each one of the sites, so if you're making a reservation, you're going to want to check that. If you need water at your site, you're going to want to choose one of the sites that do have it. Some of the sites only have electricity, and some of the sites don't have electricity or water, so you can choose which one you want depending on what your needs are. That's about it. I also wanted to share with you the cell signal. The cell signal is kind of marginal. It works pretty well if you're checking email or that sort of thing. I did have to put up the WeBoost system in order to do Zoom meetings, but we were able to watch Netflix without it. So it's a hit or miss on the cell signal. It's enough to get by mostly, but it's not spectacular. So, and we're fairly close to Sedalia, Missouri, which is a larger town that has restaurants and that sort of thing. The closest town to us is about 5 miles up the road. It's Lincoln, Missouri, and there's a convenience store, a place to get fuel and that sort of thing, but it's not a great shopping area. So your closest Walmart is going to be in Sedalia, which is about a half an hour away. Like I said, we're here visiting family, and we really appreciate the Cooley family telling us about this wonderful lake and how close it is to where they live, and that they come here quite often to go fishing. And now we're going to make this sort of a family tradition, I think, to come here and go camping. And it's a great place for kids to learn about nature and enjoy the great outdoors. we just wanted to share a little bit about the site that we're staying in. So we're staying in B13, and our family stayed in B14, which is right next to us. The sites here are about 50 feet apart, some a little closer, some a little further. I think 13 and 14 are one of the more spaced out sites. They both have water and electricity, and this is in Loop B, and there is a vault toilet and a picnic shelter down at that end. Now the picnic shelter can be rented out sometimes by groups, so it's not always available for the campers here. There is extra parking if your vehicle will not fit in the site that you're in. These driveways are different lengths, so you'll want to check that out and make sure that your equipment can fit in the site that you choose. The B loop is further away from the lake than the A loop is, and so it's a little quieter up here actually than the sites down there by the lake. And we found this place to be a really nice, peaceful area. Lots of birds singing, like I said before. This has probably been one of our top 20 campsites, maybe the top 10. The Army Corps of Engineers sites tend to be our favorites, not just because we get a discount, but because they tend to be really nice parks. So I hope you enjoyed our video about this campground, and I hope you come down to Harry S. Truman Lake in Missouri and check it out. Have a great day.